Well, James Comey, the former FBI director and prosecutor, was indicted by the Justice Department, but our next guest says he will walk free because the government, did they even try? It seems not, because the indictment is less than 2 pages. So we can extrapolate pretty much nothing. It says Comey lied to Congress and obstructed justice. It doesn't say when or how or what those lies were. This is not to say that James Comey is a good guy. He is not. He has used dirty indictments before. Remember the case of Martha Stewart? But that doesn't mean that this case has any strength. If the government is going to indict him, they've got to bring the goods, and they didn't here. Another problem is that this indictment came just days after President Trump asked for it, which is not the way this is supposed to work. The executive branch is supposed to be separate from the judicial branch. Joining us to discuss is Lionel from the Lionel Nation YouTube channel, and he is pissed. He told me on text today he's mad as snakes because he says this is not a good case. This is not how it should have been done. So make that case to us, Lionel. What are the charges and why are they so crap?
Well, here I go again. Another case for Diddy, and then this one, and these cases are dogs, and I don't want to do this. It's not my point. When I first heard that Comey was indicted, I said, it's about time. Yes, finally, yes. I didn't read anything. I'm thinking, I'm just assuming he lied. That son of a gun, of course he lied. Let me tell you what the case is about and why he will not only walk, but very well could have this case dismissed before it even gets to a jury. He is alleged to have done as follows. They asked him the question, did you, Mr. Comey, direct, authorize, whatever you want to call them? And these words are weird, authorize, direct, but did you authorize Andy McCabe to order a leak? It was Lisa Page. It doesn't matter. Well, but I don't want to get into the weeds. Did you, Comey, authorize or order or know about, or were you a part of this leak? He said no. No. Later on, for reasons I do not understand, Ted Cruz, who I don't know what this guy is about, I don't know whose side he's on, he goes into this discussion about how he authorized Andy McCabe to issue this leak. And he says, and Andy McCabe said that you did this. He goes, wait. I never said that. Now, the bottom line is simply this. He never authorized McCabe. How do I know that? How do we know that? The IG, the Inspector General's report, Michael Horowitz, he said it. He said McCabe is a crook. If anybody needs to be pushing or cracking rocks upstate, it's McCabe. But he even said, no, I did this on my own. Now, afterwards, Comey found out, and he seemed to say, oh, well, he didn't object, he didn't stop, he didn't arrest him, but he didn't authorize it. And in the world of perjury, you've got to know that what you're saying is false, believe it to be false, and intentionally say it is false. He said specifically, I didn't authorize this. McCabe said he didn't authorize it. The case is done. Do you think, and this Lindsay Halligan, does she know what she's doing? They say she even actually handled the grand jury herself. There was one particular count that was rejected. You know, the great Saul Walkler, greatest jurist New York certainly has ever produced, came up with this line one time in passing. He said, you know, a good prosecutor or a prosecutor can indict a ham sandwich. Well, apparently the Trump administration can't indict a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
Because it's not...
There's a buffet of things to pick from that Comey has done. The problem is, as it relates to Russiagate, we know that Tulsi Gabbard has shown us evidence that he used the Steele dossier when there was no... Right? So we know he did bad stuff. So why did they choose this spoiled food when there's a whole buffet of other... Is it just because of the statute of limitations?
Well, but so what? The statute of limitations on a case that doesn't exist. He didn't commit a crime. He didn't commit a. He didn't lie. They asked him. He didn't authorize this. Look, it's like the old expression when you say, "Look, I may have done a lot of things, but I didn't do this." Well, that's
okay. But the law. He did use a faulty document, the Steele dossier, to continue to pursue the Trump-Russia collusion case. What's illegal about that? Can the FBI just? Is there anything there?
Well, maybe have a grand jury and find out. How about what they did to Carter Page? How about, here's one for you. Everybody brace yourself. How about Hillary Clinton? Right. What is this woman? What is she? What is she, bulletproof? Is she the sacred cow? What does she have to do? What does she have to do? I don't have to go through that again. This whole business, the Steele dossier, Perkins Coie, and this, and the Russian harlots relieving themselves on the look. That's another issue. The bottom line is simply this: Comey was so right, and this is the guy, by the way. He also put up that weird shell design where he said 8647, meaning 86. He's making references to murder. Yeah. Is that what you're doing? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is simply this, and it pains me. Look, I'm not going to. For every time I ever was a member of a bar association, whether it's Florida, New York, New Jersey, the Supreme Court, we always had to plead, swear fealty to the Constitution, to honor and to defend, protect the Constitution. And the Constitution says, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're James Comey. You're not guilty of this. And how anybody... I've got to ask the question, what's going on here? How did this Lindsay, by the way, I guess in order to be a U.S. attorney, you've got to be, a Fox News a person? You've got to be somebody on the
She's
runway?
Cute. Let's give her that. Yeah.
I don't. This is ridiculous. I mean, she's no Bill Barr. But the point is, these people were competent. These people were competent. People love... I hate to say it, Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel. By the way, Kash Patel, bless his heart. Someone said one time he looks like a cartoon hypnotist. Every time he talks, I get scared. It's like, what, Kash? What? Someone said it looks like, this is terrible. It's like Charlie Manson's whispering in his ear. These are these people that represent the FBI. Say what you want about these other folks. I don't care who it is. They may be scoundrels, they may be rapscallions, they may be criminals, but they were really good. And they were folks who were basically brought up in this system. But going back to this, it's going to be a very simple thing. It's going to be such a slam dunk. Now, the question is, when this judge, I remember his name, I'm going to mispronounce it, I won't, but when this is a Biden appointee, if he were to grant the motion to dismiss, you know what they're going to say? The fix is in. The fix is in. No, I'd be the first one to say, I can't stand this guy. But justice demands this. Or they could say, look, let's let it go to a jury, waste your time, waste your money, and then maybe the public will be able to fathom this or to swallow this. That's not justice either. Let me tell you what I wish they would have done, though, which they...
But can I just stop you for a second? Because
why don't...
This episode is brought to you by Rumble Premium, the home of free speech and exclusive content from the videos that matter. With Rumble Premium, you get ad-free viewing, access to exclusive shows, and premium features across the platform. We're talking about Steven Crowder's Mug Club, Tim Pool's Timcast, Russell Brand's Raw Commentary, and, of course, Redacted, plus tons of other bold creators that you won't find anywhere else. Whether it's breaking news, real talk, or the content that challenges the narrative, Rumble Premium puts you in the front row. Support creators who actually say what they mean in a place that they can say it and mean what they say. Go to rumble.com/premium/redacted to join today. One more time, that's rumble.com/premium/redacted, because truth should not come with a filter. You're talking about whether these specific instances, and it says it happened September 30th, 2020. So tomorrow will be the 5-year statute of limitations. But it doesn't actually say which false statements. It doesn't actually say who he did it to. So if we could just put up what the Sixth Amendment says, so that because we should want everybody to have the best defense. The Sixth Amendment says that you have a right to, the accused has the right to be informed of the nature and the cause of the accusation. You can't fight a case like this when it's literally, it's probably less than 200 words, and we're not exactly sure.
You can.
So how do you know?
Well, you can have, bills of particulars, and they also want indictments. Sometimes they say another person. It'd be McCabe. Person number 1, Hillary. Person number 3, I think, was this law professor that he referred to. So it's very often, sometimes these are very, very sparse. They don't go through a lot of words. It's kind of like the old notion of notice pleading. You'll find out the specifics of this. They don't sit back and say, that's all you're going to get. We're not going to talk to you. Doesn't matter. But the bottom line is simply this. Let me just leave you with this, because I know. I would have not mind, Natalie, I think you would have agreed too. Okay, fine, you're going to dismiss it. But when you arrested him or when you charged him, could you have at least given him the Roger Stone 4 a.m. ninja routine, wake him up in the middle of the night, have him walk out barefoot, with CNN
for Martha
there?
Stewart, could you have done that for her?
Just do that. Now, remember, Martha Stewart, this is a different case. Remember, she was charged under 18 U.S.C. 1001, lying to a federal agent regarding an investigation. That's why people say, don't talk to the police or the feds. You have to fit the memo. What do you talk? Which is another story completely. But I don't understand this. Look at what happens. Look at the ignominy. Are we going to see the mug shot? Because remember, he's going to be booked. He's going to be booked. He's going to turn himself in. They have to physically take custody of him. Are they going to have his mug shot on display like they did Trump's? Are they going to do this? But why Roger Stone? Think about this. It was essentially the same thing. Roger Stone's not going anywhere. They could have at least easily called his lawyer, and out of courtesy. Look at the way they treated him. Look at the way they treated General Flynn with these process crimes. It's unconscionable. That's a different issue. Absolutely, horribly, terribly a different issue. But it's so unfair. But, Natalie, it kills me. I was so excited. And then we're reading something, oh, no. Because when you get back into it, you have to bring into, in effect, the testimony from I.G. Horowitz. Because that fellow said, McCabe, that's the one who should have been charged. But the FBI said no. And don't forget, remember, Comey was the one who basically, Joy Behar doesn't like him. Joy Behar doesn't like him because of what he did. He went after Hillary Clinton, said he wasn't going to charge Hillary Clinton, and then read all the things Hillary did, and then said, and by the way, we're not going to charge you. Even I said then, you charge him or you don't, and you keep your mouth shut. You don't tell what somebody did, but we're not going to charge you. Comey is dirty to everyone. Nobody likes him. Hillary Clinton, here I am. I'm thinking, I'm actually standing up for Hillary Clinton. I believe in the rule of law. I believe in the Constitution. I don't care who it is, Charles Manson, Charles Schwab. It doesn't matter to me. But this goes to show you, Natalie, does President Trump know what he's doing? Who are these people he's hired? Yeah. Alina Habba, gone. Pam Bondi. Remember the Epstein thing with the binders? What's that all about? And by the way, we're going to ask you a question. I know what you're thinking. Who the hell's decorating the Oval Office? It looks like a Cracker Barrel gift shop. What is this stuff? What is happening?
Well, we can forgive that if we get the goods.
He's paving over the Rose Garden to make it to be like some kind of a food court at a mall. I don't look, but that's the least of our problem. We have the weirdest. I'm let down constantly. Natalie, the other day we were going to finally get to the bottom of autism. We were going to get to the bottom. What about the role of vaccines, anti-vaxxer? What did they say? Tylenol. What? What is happening here? I don't understand.
I don't know
anything. And Bibi spoke today. I'm not even going to take that story. I'm not even going to read it because my blood pressure.
We're going to get to that next with Dave DeCamp from antiwar.com. So
I'm not watching
Don't you worry.
I can't take this.
But my body language is the same as yours. It's this constantly. So, okay, that's how we got to end it because we do have.
I'm in constant flex. My physician is you're in. I'm in a Valsalva maneuver. Look like a baby with a diaper. I'm always upset by this. I wanted so much to believe in this man. What is going on here? Tell me one big news. What? ICE is great. They're slugging people left and right. That's good. And by the way, pray for us, because I live in New York City, and we have a race. I don't even know what the hell that's about. I have no. It's like put it this way. I'd rather vote for an onion ring than half of the people running. I mean, it is. I don't know what country I'm in anymore. I'm serious. I don't know. And you and Clayton to help me. And so far, you've done a lousy job today, because I'm more upset than I was before I listened.
Okay,
And
well,
if
your
I'm
blood
upset,
pressure's
think
going to
about your
explode.
audience.
We have a box of medication on its way this afternoon. It's arriving by courier.
It's called Scotch whiskey.
We door dashed it. It'll be there this afternoon.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Lionel.